Welcome back. We are back again with Dark Souls 2. Hope I'm not peeking my mic or anything. Tried to adjust the volume recently. I should probably be listening to my own VODs to make sure that the audio mixing is right instead of just assuming. We're gonna try something that I haven't tried before. I've never tried this, so we're gonna see how it turns out. Okay. Stuff, alright. Good amount of toxic mist. No, okay. There we go. Back to Toxic Mist again. Let's see if there's actually any difference with them. Okay, I actually need to count this properly. So just over 2 seconds. Let's try throwing this on instead. Doesn't really matter what we throw on. Okay, that takes almost the exact same amount of time. So we're not actually going to worry about that in particular. Let's switch to that. Didn't realize these guys were only supposed to drop 700 souls. To be fair, the whole time I've been killing them, I have been killing them so overwhelmingly. Did not mean to jump there. Is he gonna come get me? Okay. I have no clue what just happened to him. I feel like he just had an aneurysm, because I did run straight past him. He's gonna do it! No. She'd thrown himself off the edge again. Just got back from watching the back rooms. It's a pretty good movie. Honestly, wasn't sure how it would turn out. I was hopeful, considering it's A24, but I wasn't. Was trying not to get my hopes up too much, considering how many interesting concepts have been turned into really terrible movies. I think it turned out pretty good. That's actually a really stupid thing to do right there, unless you have way more stamina. It's very easy to accidentally throw yourself off the edge without a proper jump. Like, just to not make it all the way. Okay. So if we're operating without any soul boosting gear, you get 10k souls per run through. With soul boosting gear, we end up with about 14 to 15k. I meant to buff up before I entered the arena. Uh-oh. Okay. Did not get the timing on that one. It's okay. Next time we just have to remember to cast Flash Sweat before we enter the boss room. I would like those souls. Don't really want to waste them. That's how many I've already wasted so far. This boss fight, I think I've said it before, it's not even like that hard of a boss fight. I'm just really struggling with it today. I was gonna say the H Smelter Demon is way harder, but I mean that's kind of a given considering it's in the DLC. And honestly, one of the big things that makes the H Smelter Demon so much harder is the resource drain of the gauntlet leading up to it. Which feels like the whole premise of the boss fights in the old Iron King DLC. It's like all but the last of them have like insanely resource draining runbacks. Should not have dodged that. I think if you had the butterfly set, you could probably jump across to there. Maybe not. It might not be possible. Be interesting if it is, though. Be interested to know. Should have hit that much earlier. Okay. Okay. Almost got that. Okay. Why do I struggle with this boss so much? Like, the timing on his attacks isn't even that weird. Why am I peeking my mic so much today? Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Now it's going to be the constant sound of a fan in the background. It's overheating. We can buy these off of Vengarl. I don't think I have anywhere to buy these yet. What are you doing? My guy. Now I could... go ahead and try and grab my souls and bone out. So it is like 60k souls in there. That's enough for a few levels. When I say a few, I do mean a few. Like, I think that's enough for 3 at this point. Okay. Wow, I don't actually take all that much less damage from these guys with this setup. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? No! I want him to throw himself off again. It's more fun when he does that. I swear, these last couple of streams have really just... I mean, this one and the last one have really just turned into me killing the Alon Knights over and over again. Okay. We're dead. Yo! We spaced that just right. Holy cow, I did not think that would work. That's 70k souls. It's enough for a couple levels anyway. Might as well.
Bearer.
Three levels exactly. We'll hit that to 40, that to 18. No. Get you to 20. want to get this, no, this to 24, this up to 50, this to at least 20. Honestly, we can leave attunement at 20 for now. If we hit 24, I think we'll get another slot, and I think some extra casts. Depending on the spell, obviously. Could upgrade this twice. It's not a bad choice. Wow, that's actually a pretty big boost to physical damage. It's only 4 points on magic, but... Was that 7 plus 15? It's 22 physical? Not bad. Could upgrade these. Not much point to it, though. Let's put all our extra gear bits and go and sell them to Gothlan. I don't know if he'll buy spells, but we'll hold on to Great Soul Arrow. Hold on to those as well. I think with the requirement, I guess like under 20 intelligence we'll hold on to. Same with faith. Dark fog we won't be using that again. There's so much gear that I can sell to Gothlan. We're mostly just gonna sell like duplicate gear. We probably won't sell too many weapons. Oh, smooth and silky stone, nice. Could farm those guys for him. I swear I saw a corpse there. It was that weird stones clipping through one another. Oh, there are items in here. Okay, it was just the one. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh. Okay. We want to go this way. Let's hope those items show back up, because I really wanted those upgrade materials since I killed it. Nope, okay. Damn it. Ah. Got plenty of those. Short sword. Long sword. Iron gloves and Grim Warrior Great Helm. We'll hold on to those. We want to try and get the full set. Mainly want to sell these. There we go. that. Or that. 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 We can farm out all of these again if we need to. I can use that. That. Most of these we farmed for, and we can do it again. Some we can buy if we want. Another. Not getting rid of the rapier just because put some resources into it. Mastodon halberd. Halberd. Winged spear. Pike. Full moon sickle. Kestis. Swordback shield we won't be using. Knight's shield we won't be using. Protection, soul protection. I'm not gonna sell those just because we might want to use them later. Great axe. Oh, we are gonna hold on to that. This is the only way to get this one, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we should have just come to this bonfire to begin with. Instead of going to the Saldora bonfire and running all the way over. Should have just started this one, but I mixed them up. And so you can get 3 levels. So another 6k. Another 6k. Another 30k. And another 8k. Just sold a ton of spare gear. 129,000 souls. So for 6 levels. Okay, we'll put 2 there, 4 there. Boost my agility by 3 points.
Hello.
Don't have any seeds.
Be safe.
Oh, we weren't able to sell any spells to him. That's interesting. I didn't realize you couldn't sell spells. Okay, I think we're gonna go ahead and kill the rotten. And poison is gonna be pretty ineffective against him. So what I actually want is this. Take that off. Right. That might have been too early. Yeah. Right. There we go. Alright. Well, we got a lot of gear now. Okay. Switch to those. Those. Let's cast a flame swath. Hi. Just about to fight the rotten. Just in time. Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. I forgot how much damage that fire did. I'm playing on PC. Yeah. I've never really played on a PlayStation. I have played this one on Xbox before, though. But yeah, the graphics are a lot better on this. Whack. 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 This guy is interesting. Has an interesting mechanic. If you hit his arms enough times, you can break them Did I play any other games? Yeah, I play a lot of games. This is the only one I'm streaming currently, but I have also streamed Dark Souls 1 and Fallout New Vegas in the past. Um, this one was requested after I finished Dark Souls 1. So, don't want to end up in the fire. If you, this guy's interesting mechanic though, you can break either of his arms by hitting them enough times. It's based on the tail cut mechanic from, well, all the Souls games, really. But, okay. How many hours I have in this game? Well, I don't know the exact number because I have the stats from Steam, but I don't have the stats on Xbox. So this character alone, I've been playing for a bit over 25 or 26 hours. Sure. I think I have a total of like 560 some hours on Steam, though. Although, probably somewhere around 80 of those were when I just like left the game running and wasn't actually playing. Yeah, that's nice. I like doing artwork. It's very calming. I like painting and drawing. Yeah, I'm not really looking for anything right now. I'm not making much. I would love to see creative work. I don't use Discord. His second phase, this guy starts spewing dark magic with his big slam attack. I don't have Instagram. I don't actually really do social media. Just in general. Oh, we're dead. Somehow didn't die. Nope, there we go. I personally don't really like putting myself on the internet, which might sound weird coming from someone who live streams video games. But this is a very small window into my life, and doesn't really have any, identifying information. To my knowledge, no one can figure out who I am through this, which makes me feel a lot more comfortable with it. Okay, that was off. It's interesting to me that Flame Swath, this spell that I'm using, registers as an attack when you cast it. Like the initial cast of it registers as an attack for the AI, even though it doesn't do any damage until it explodes. They left. Is that 4 people in as many streams trying to sell me stuff? Yeah, this guy has a really interesting mechanic where he has a tail cut for each of his arms. So if you cut off the right arm, the one with the cleaver, obviously he can't use the majority of his moveset because most of his attacks use his right arm. You know, he swings the cleaver at you. Nice. And so he becomes limited to the attacks using his left arm, which is like the slam and the grab. And it's a lot easier to deal with those two than it is to deal with his full moveset. If you cut off his left arm, you can get a Pharaoh's Lockstone, which are helpful. We need more of them. Obviously, I didn't manage to get the cut on either arm. Then through here, this is a primal bonfire. Yeah, we can use that to warp back to Majula. And this leads to the Crown of the Sunken King, I believe. Just one of the 3 DLC. We won't really be spending a ton of time in the DLC, just because my main goal here is to beat the game. But the DLC areas are neat. You get these cool little rooms. You can light a torch. No real point to it. We can. You can open these big doors. We are immediately going to extinguish our torch because, like I said, there's no point in having it. And somewhere along this path, I know there are some items to pick up. There we go. Some dragon charms. Those are good. It's fascinating to me how many actual healing items there are in this game. Most people just never use. Let's see, can we... Hold on. Somewhere... Ah, here he is. This here is Sin, the slumbering dragon. You see Yorg's spear sticking out of him. He's gonna fly off. He's gonna land back there somewhere. His boss arena is behind that building, I believe. Behind this temple structure. I love the DLCs in this game because each of them is like ruined, forgotten kingdom. I don't think we'll be able to do much. We won't probably do a whole lot in the DLCs, like I said. We definitely won't be finishing all of them, as this is not a 100% run. And you can see these guys are quite tough. Our primary weapon can finish them up pretty quick, but there are a lot more of them. It wasn't just the one guy. So, dodged that by accident. Ow. And as you can see, they hit hard. Yeah, that didn't even... Hello. Don't know how he didn't hit me there. If we could get one of their hammers, that would be great, actually. Bounced the archer off, which is nice. Oh, 3 more. This is kind of the gimmick of this DLC, is these switches and platforms. Oh, hello. Don't come down here, bud. There's one coming from behind me, isn't there? It's poison moss. Oh, I was right, there was one out there. Bonk. There we go. Here. Go. Ow. Should raise this one down here. Yeah. Longbow +7. Okay. We would like those souls back. So we are going to have to go back there to get them. Yippee! Okay, at least we do know what we're doing, so shouldn't be too hard. Yeah. We got those two pretty easily. I don't think we get the second one. There. Okay. Not sure how we did get hit there. I should have a message from someone that I'm gonna have to respond to. This should... okay, that's not what we wanted. Okay. Wasn't sure that was the right method. Oh. Ouch. Yeah. Okay, I do have to check this message. Okay. It's interesting that looking at the weapons these guys use, I think it's pretty clear they used to be a lot smaller. There we go. Because these guys are humanoid, you can also backstab them. Looks like we can actually get to the lower level. No! Okay. Think carefully. Visions of misfortune. Okay. We need that to get back down here so we can drop both of the others. Just barely hit it here. Okay. Hey, what am I hitting? Oh, you're not the one I'm trying to hit. Hold on. Okay. This is full of acid bugs. Well, won't be able to backstab him out here because this is unstable ground. Squeesh. Poison bite. Bonk. Blackweed bomb. A lot of the items you can get in this area, a lot of the consumables boost your various stats by an amount for a while. Nothing in here. Nothing over there. Okay. There's nothing here we really want or need right now. We're not really strong enough for the area either. Go back to Majula. Get some levels.
That is.
The soul of an old one. Yippee! 3 more levels. We're so close.
Well. No interest.
No. She's gonna be selling more bright bugs, but since we didn't buy the ones earlier, she's just selling them for double what they were.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, we did pick up another fire seed, so we can actually upgrade our flame again. Da, 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 da. Plus 7. Could buy a simpleton spice from him. Buy a great soul arrow, just in case. Oh, heavy soul arrow. That's actually better than great soul arrow because it has more casts.
Young pupil.
And a lower requirement. Can't use either of them at the time being. Pick up more heavy soul arrows though. Straight might sell them. No, he doesn't. He does sell this one, though, which we will take for the same reason. And... okay, no, it doesn't look like he's got anything new. I think from here on, all of them will be Ornifex's territory. I think if we get 20 intelligence, he'll give us his set. At some point, I probably will end up rebalancing and basically removing everything from strength and putting it into faith and intelligence, just so we can get his equipment and Fallon's equipment. I think that's his name. Phelan? Something like that. Okay, well, we got the Rotten. Now we're gonna go for Lost Sinner, I think. It's the next one. Oh. I really wish they had the stowage function from like Dark Souls 3. I know that's why they added it to Dark Souls 3, was because people were like, hey, it sucks that when I try to pick up an item and I already have all the ones I can carry, it just have to leave it behind. It's good to know that we can actually just farm life gems off of these guys real easy. Star handful in here. Hello. Life gem. A common fruit. Right, I equipped my life gems so I could store some. Another thing that is a little... like, why did they do that? Why? What was the point? Dead abominations. I'm sorry, are these guys immune to fire damage? Oh no. Oh dear. I was hoping I might be able to kill them with my spells. Another bone dust. Another hidden wall. Another ritual band. If you are too far out from the edge here, you will fall off. But unlike Dark Root Garden, you can't actually see the edge, really. Okay. It's not here, it's a steel key. Usually get invaded here. Right, the lever is inside. This is where the Bastille key is used. Another fire seed. Nice, we get +8 now. We're hearing all the jangling from downstairs. The reason we're lighting these is because we will need a torch later. We only have so many flame butterflies. Really shouldn't have wasted one down here because I could have lit the sconces throughout the upper area. There we go. Usually invaded about here. Open these doors. Again, we're trying to... Honestly, it doesn't matter if we waste some torch timer here. I'd be perfectly fine. I have like over 2 hours, I think. It's just like the hoarder instinct. And we are going to be using these because it makes the fight against the Lost Sinner a lot easier. And actually, can I... Does it? No. No, okay. Thought maybe it would work if I cast Pyromancy on it. want to clear out the lower level. Thought there was a second one here. Lockstone, nice. Need a few more of those still, I think. And now we can just run straight through. It's a straight shot to the boss arena. I'll light this. Yeah, we usually do get invaded by an NPC here, but again, I guess that's either because we're in the Company of Champions or because we're too hollow. But I'm pretty sure it's because of the Company of Champions. Nope. Da, 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 da. Excuse me. Da, da, da. Yeah, we're good. Lost Sinner. Like the Lost Bastille. Likely mistranslation. Chaos bug. Lost Bastille is likely a mistranslation of Forgotten Bastille. And same with the Lost Sinner. They're clearly not lost because we got here by a boat. So clearly someone knows where they are. It's likely intended to be forgotten because they locked themselves away here ages ago and no one remembers who they are or what sin they're supposed to have committed. They punish themselves for. Bonk. Your sword has such a long reach to it. Bonk. Bonk. Okay. Oh. Might be screwed here. Yep. Again, like the other old ones, the fight isn't particularly hard if you know what you're doing. Which, well, I guess that goes for most of the boss fights in this game. They aren't hard if you're good at the game. I'm still getting made fun of for that at times. I don't think it was when I was playing this one. I think it was when I was playing Dark Souls 1. I said it would be so much easier if I was better at doing this particular thing in the game. And someone was like, wow, this game would be so much easier if I were good at it. No, they said I would be so much better at this game if I were good at it. I was like, okay. Oh, we shouldn't be using Flame Swath. We should be using like Toxic Mist or something, because most of the enemies in this area are either super resistant or immune to fire. And I think that includes the Lost Sinner. Okay, let me double check Lost Center. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they should be either immune or highly resistant to fire. Okay, resistant to fire, bleed, poison, and strike. Weak to magic, slash, and thrust. So probably I shouldn't be using a Great Hammer against them. Probably something else would be a lot more effective. I am still going to use Toxic Mist because it they're not immune to poison, so Toxic should still affect them. Did say they're resistant, so you might not be able to activate it in 1 or 2 casts, but that's why we have, 93. Now, I'd love to switch to, like, this thing. Or this thing. Since they're resistant to strike. Oh, there's really not much difference between these two anymore. We're going to try and kill Lost Center, and I think that's where we're going to call it for the night. Aha! We'd get him with the 1. Thankfully, this cell is empty. He gets toxicked. Toxic's better than poison. It doesn't last any longer, but it does the same amount of damage, and it ticks, like, twice as fast, I think. These guys can break these walls. Fun fact, these walls are meant to be broken. Like, programming-wise. They're made so they can break. Toxic Mist really is a great way to kill things without having to actually deal with them. Malformed Skull. It's a unique weapon. Only drops from these guys. Almost 11,000 souls out of that. Okay. Thought I'd get the cast off before they hit me. Honestly, didn't think the thrust would hit me. Yes! Ho ho. Barely survived that. We're dead. No. Okay. Okay. Don't feel like that one should have hit me. Okay. Bonk. Oh, we missed. We're fucked. No? We're gonna hit. Okay. Come on, we want to toxic them. In New Game Plus, there are extra enemies in this arena that also move like the Lost Center. They jump around, flip through the air, attack quickly. Yes! It's 2 old ones in a row. I think that is a false wall, but that might not be true. Fragrant Branch of Yore and Elizabeth Mushroom. That looks like a false wall. Loss of stamina ahead. Tell me this isn't Aldia. No, okay. Why did you die here? What killed you? What? Be wary of horse. Huh? Must be an invader. Again, this also looks like a fake wall. If you're there's two special there's 2 unique rings that you can get by completing the game in very specific ways. One is to complete the game without dying, and the other is to complete the game without using a bonfire. And they're the right and left illusory rings. And the only bonfires that don't count against the one that doesn't want you resting at any bonfires are the primal bonfires. And I think you can't rest at the one in the Majula, but you can like warp to it. Like you can still light bonfires, you just can't rest at any of them. +8.
I'm always here.
Dun, 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 dun. Which means you can also use Homeward Bones and the Aged Feather once you get it. And you can, but you don't. It kind of sucks because you don't know if you've actually completed it until you finish the game and sit through the entirety of the credits, which are like 8 minutes long for whatever reason. Got itchy ears today. Got the Doors of Pharos. How many lockstones do we have now? Got 2. Got 2 of them. Dos. Yeah, we're gonna upgrade our. See, Orestes is a +3. We're gonna bring it up to +5. And we're gonna use that bonfire aesthetic too, but I'm not sure because there's a couple of them So we want to burn one in the gutter, but we want to make sure... No, not the gutter, Black Gulch. We want to make sure that we're burning it at the right one. Okay, so that one respawns the Rotten, and throws Lockstone next to the bonfire. So if we do the other one, resets all the items. Okay. Okay, so we want to burn it at the entrance to Black Gulch, because we don't care about fighting the Rotten again. We want to be able to farm the Giants more efficiently. So we want to burn it here. It's not my first playthrough. I've beaten this game a number of times. Our build is Big Stick. We're currently at, I think, 47 strength. Which we just reached a minute ago. Now, Toxic Mist isn't going to be really helpful here. We need fire more than toxic. That's fine. Ligateel's back. Okay, no new dialogue. Let's see here. These guys are going to be stronger than before. There should be 4 of them now. Oh, it's not respawned. Eat me. They didn't eat me. Yeah, I really like it. It's, the first one I actually ever played. Then I didn't beat it until after I'd played, Dark Souls 1 for the first time. It's the one I have played the most, though. I've got over 500 hours in it on Steam. I've also played it on Xbox, but don't really know how many hours I have on there. You know, I like the story too. I just wish they'd been able to do more with it. Let's see. I think. Yeah, that's the new one. There's that one. I also know the most about, well, not the most, but I do know some exploits for this one, as you can see with my Toxic Mist casts. Because technically, as far as the game is concerned, I'm currently using a bunch of soul arrows, not Toxic Mist. Ah, I thought he was going to walk into the fire. Most of the items here should have respawned. Like this one. Okay. Now, this one... It's got a guy in it. So is the one over there. I don't know if we can hit it from here. As the gulch is concerned, take every advantage you can. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm currently using... Oh, come on. Oh, there's an extra new one. Almost died there. The specific glitch I'm using lets you swap the casts of one spell to another spell. Which, if you've played this one a bunch, you might be familiar with that already. But, well, hi there. The reason we have Toxic Mist is to farm the giants down below. We're gonna break a bunch of these things, because we're gonna have to run through here a few times. Never did much casting. That's fair. I don't think I did a whole lot of casting in this game. Just because I prefer the way that like Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring did it. Now, I've beaten Dark Souls 1 with every type of casting, really. I've beaten this one with every type as well, but I did play the game for quite a while before I actually really gave casting a try. Oh yeah, I already talked to Grendel. Come down here. That item didn't respawn, that's interesting. But what we're here for is these guys. And there should be more of them now. Come on. You can take it. Okay, did not mean to do that. There we go. That might just be the two of them still. That's interesting. I could have sworn there was more in New Game Plus. Maybe it's Scholar that adds more of them. Maybe I have to be on a higher cycle. Which I guess I'm technically not in New Game Plus, I just used an ascetic, but basically it's the same thing to the area you use it in. The only thing it doesn't reset is some items. I suck at them. Ah. Yeah, that's fair. I honestly really didn't start experimenting with builds until after I watched people do like challenge runs of the game. And then I was like, oh, that actually seems like fun. Because I mean, the first time I picked up this game, I just did not get it at all. I mean, I was probably 12, so that didn't help. It's one of the first video games I ever tried to play. Had no idea what I was doing. I say one of the first. I'd played Minecraft. That was about it at that point in time. And then I got this one, tried to play it, had no clue what I was doing. And then it wasn't until probably like 4 years after that, I'd gotten, a few more games for the Xbox, and I ended up renting Dark Souls. No, I didn't rent it. I bought Dark Souls 1 from an old video rental that was going out of business. And because they were going out of business, they were like, if you rent the game for 3 days instead of 1, you can keep it. And so I got it for like $6. I got Dark Souls 1 for $6, and I played it a ton, and I loved it. And then I went back and played Dark Souls 2 because I had like an understanding of the game at that point, and I was like, oh, this is actually a really fun game. I actually really love it. And this is the one I've played the absolute most because I've played it on here and on the Xbox. Not nearly as much on the Xbox, but I say on here. I played it on my old computer, which died. Um, and I mean, like, completely died. And so I had to get a new one, which is this one. And Steam didn't save my save files from my old computer. So I had a save file that I had beaten the game 4 times on. I was about to begin Journey 5 to Drong Lake, and it's gone. Doesn't exist anymore because my computer fried itself. Yeah. But it's, it does mean I get to try new things. Because I'd beaten the game so many times on the same character. And my way of playing is basically to 100% the game every single time. So I had basically every item in the game 4 times over. I had at least one of every boss soul weapon and spell. Pretty much the only things I was missing, actually, were what is it? There are a couple. Is it Unleash Magic and Forbidden Sun? I think. No, I had those, but there were like got work in the morning. That's yeah. But it was just like I never got a couple of the achievements, and I'm honestly not sure why exactly. My best guess is it only checks if you have all of the specific items required on your inventory and not stored in the bonfire. And so I didn't get it because of that, but I'm really not sure. That, and there were a couple of like character quest lines, specifically Bernhardt of Jugo, who I messed up almost every single time at some point. Thank you. Honestly, I appreciate that. I don't usually get anyone on here. I'm usually just talking to myself, and the occasional person trying to sell me things. And sometimes sometimes my friends come in to watch or to listen. But really, I mostly started doing this because I really like talking. I like explaining mechanics and things about games that I enjoy. And when I'm streaming, even if no one's watching, I can pretend like someone's listening. And it is just really enjoyable to do, especially like the mindless menial parts like grinding like this, and just talk into the void. Although sometimes I will just go completely silent for long stretches. And I probably won't be on here for much longer, because I'm going on a road trip tomorrow. I'm getting up kind of early and going on a 2-hour drive, so that I can help my family fix up an old house. I love how close you can get to some of these without them waking up. See, if I'm not mistaken, that's... After the bonfire site, there's 6 of them down here. I think you came in, like, right while I was looking up which bonfire I should use the ascetic on. Because I knew that one of them would likely respawn the enemies I wanted, particularly the giants. But I wasn't sure which one. And as it turns out, it's not the one I was thinking it was. So it's a good thing I looked it up. Because the hidden bonfire, the one that I keep going back to, only respawns the rotten and nothing else. Whereas the one at the opening to Black Gulch respawns everything else in the area. Well, almost everything. Obviously, not everything is respawned by a bonfire ascetic. Like this. This doesn't get respawned. I think iron chests generally don't. Wooden chests are more commonly reset. But there are also a number of items that just won't get reset because you're only meant to get one per cycle. And a bonfire ascetic isn't the same as going into New Game, even if it updates the enemies to act like they're in New Game Plus. And I really want more invaders, because I'm in the company of champions, so I don't get nearly as many. Which is nice at times, but I really want more invaders because they are guaranteed to drop awe stones, and I'm trying to get 50 to max out my devotion. But yeah, I'm farming up enough souls to get 3 more levels so I can get strength to 50, and then I'm probably gonna shut down for the night so I can get some sleep. Boop. I also noticed, it's another thing that doesn't get reset despite using a bonfire ascetic. These guys didn't drop the key or their soul. So that's another thing that I guess is locked to a single instance per game cycle and ignores bonfire ascetics. I would go for the worms, but they're more trouble than they're worth since I can't poison them. Now, so I don't really need that, so I could... Why do I have Scraps of Life equipped? I don't, I just picked up a new one. That's why it's there. I really want to grab some more intelligence so that I could use Dark Orb in addition to Soul Arrow. Or Heavy Soul Arrow in addition to Soul Arrow. Actually, if I put 2 more points in intelligence, I could use both of them to expand the use of this exploit. I've always felt that, especially if you're not playing with other people, I think exploits are fine. I know a lot of people have issues with using them in games. I can understand for, like, pure multiplayer games, like, I don't know, like Rainbow or Rust or whatever, I could see having an issue with it. I don't know why I said Rainbow, like Rainbow Six Siege, or Rust, or Counter-Strike. Anything like that where it's like, it is only online multiplayer where you are actively competing with other people, I could understand not wanting exploits in the game. But like, for games like Skyrim, or Fallout, or Dark Souls, which I get that there is multiplayer in Dark Souls, and I could understand not appreciating people who use exploits for multiplayer, but since I actively avoid multiplayer,
and play on the games where multiplayer is more or less dead anyway. And that's why they shut down the Dark Souls 2 servers for a while. Actually, I think there were issues with the servers, that's why they shut them down. But the multiplayer in this one is pretty dead, unless you're doing duels. It's your best chance for multiplayer in this. Dark Souls 1 I usually play offline, just because I don't want to mess with other people when I'm, exploiting. Because most of my casual runs especially, I like to abuse exploits, just because I think they're fun. They make the game easier for someone of my skill level. Which, I'm not terrible at Dark Souls 1. I'm better at Dark Souls 1 than I am at this one, despite how many more hours I've put into this one, just because the mechanics were a lot simpler, a lot more straightforward, and the game is generally at a pace that I'm much better at. Like, I can't do super fast-paced games, but the slowness of the pacing in this one generally makes things difficult at times. Okay, I should have about enough for 3 levels, but I'm gonna get enough for 2 more. It should just be like 2 more runs, I think. And that should put me right at a time that would be good for me to go to sleep. I tend to stay up pretty late, at least like for my family. A lot of my family are kind of night owls, but I struggle to fall asleep before. By really late, I mean like I'm usually up until 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Sometimes, if I'm feeling particularly terrible, I will be awake until the next night. And that is because I have mild insomnia. I'm taking medication to help with other issues that's supposed to also theoretically help with insomnia. And I have noticed some improvement on days that I take it. Honestly, if this were somewhere where people actually knew who I was, I probably wouldn't be saying any of that. But yeah, I'm fairly confident no one watching this would be capable of figuring out who I am, other than the people who know me already, and who are aware that I stream here. But so far I haven't said anything that close friends and family don't already know. Like, I got diagnosed with ADHD recently. By recently, I mean like earlier this year. And just started getting medication for it at the beginning of this month. And it is incredible. Like, the number of effects it has on me. Including, like I said, it helps with my insomnia on the days that I'm taking it. Which I'm almost certain is because autism and addiction, both in 20s, yeah. I'm also in my 20s. I've been told that I'm not addiction, ADHD. ADHD, yeah. Yeah, I've been diagnosed with ADHD. I'm also in my early 20s. Yeah. God, I hate autocorrect. It sucks. Yeah, I was diagnosed with not autism. I've been told that I probably have autism. Most of the people around me are certain that I have it, and that includes my therapist. Has said that I almost definitely do. I haven't been diagnosed, haven't been like properly tested, but they mostly deal with neurodivergent patients, and they said that I definitely have ASD and ADHD. And now I'm on medication for ADHD, which is great. It's incredible. It's one of the things they said. So because I have like social anxiety, and when I started seeing them, they said that if I do have ADHD, probably I don't have anxiety, at least not like clinical anxiety, and that my anxiety is stemming from the ADHD because it makes things worse. And now that I'm medicated, when I take ADHD medication, I do not get anxious, like at all. And now that I'm able to recognize things better, having, like terminology and an understanding of things, I don't have nearly as many issues in my day-to-day life, which is great. Yeah. That's really great. Hi, David. I'm sorry, I'm really struggling with your name. It's too many of the same shapes right next to each other. I'm gonna call you Junior, because that's the only part that really stands out to me. How are you doing today? And also, Random Doodles, thank you so much for being here. It's really nice to have someone to just say things to. Okay, well, I was trying to get the other guy with that. Oh! I didn't realize he jumped until too late. We need those souls. That's a lot of souls that I just left down there. I really do have to go and get those. Let's see. There's this guy. And this guy. And this guy. And this guy. Oh, that's not the one I meant to hit, but that works. This guy. You can tell I've been doing this a lot, because I've gotten really good at hitting all of these puddles from that doorway. This really is like the go-to method for farming. If you put on some item drop gear, so I've got most of it at this point. Gold Serpent Ring, Jester's Hood, Tattered Cloth. Oh shoot. All the poison statues are back since we died. Yeah, if you put on some item drop gear, you can farm those guys for tons of large shards and chunks. It's genuinely like one of the better upgrade material farms. The other one is I mean, the other one I can think of is if you want regular shards instead of large or chunks, the best place is the bonfire right after Covetous. You can run into the room, or the area right before Covetous, and it's got like 4, I think. It's just like that first area has like 4 undead blacksmiths who have a really common drop of Titanite shards. And if you go into like the area right before that, there's another 4 of them that you can get. But yeah, with like item drop gear, obviously they drop more regularly. Got out of the way that time. Really trying to get this other one. So we get that one pretty regularly. There we go. Really don't want to stand in front of the chest, because that does leave us in range for them. I think after we get this guy, we should have enough souls. Plus we can eat a couple boss souls if we need to, since we're not really using those for anything else. We already got like the one boss weapon we plan on using, which is not in here. It's this one, the Dragon Rider bow. Been using it quite regularly since we're going for like almost a pure strength build with pyromancy. Pyromancy because of things like toxic mist. With a tiny investment in intelligence just so we can use Soul Arrow to do this exploit for tons and tons of spellcasts. And the nice thing about this exploit is the only time it resets, I mean the only time you have to do it again, I mean obviously you have to do it again every time you want to switch to a different spell, if you want to keep using the exploit on a different spell. The only time it resets though, other than when you swap out your spells yourself, is when you reload the game. So like if you quit out and load back in, it's the only time it resets. Traveling between bonfires, using homeward bones, dying, none of it resets it. Which makes it super convenient. So if you're only using the one spell all the time, then you can set it up when you load in, and then leave it. Ho 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 ho. Okay. I think we're gonna put 12 in each. We got more levels than I expected. We're gonna try to get both of these up to 20. We want everything to be at a minimum of 20, and then we'll work from there. This is not a smart way to level your build, to be perfectly honest. This is a really, really terrible level distribution, generally speaking, but since we're playing a lot, and we're going pretty far in the game, we will be getting a ton of souls. And oh yes, we can finally use it. Don't have the Twinkling Titanite to upgrade it, but why does it do less damage? That's interesting. I mean, it's not fully upgraded. Oh, it has worse scaling too. That'll probably be fixed once we upgrade it some more. I think next time. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do it this time since we
Be safe.
have, don't have to shut down right now. I can keep going for a bit. So we're gonna go and gamble. We're gonna head to the Crows. They get a different name in every game, and I hate it. So I always just call them Snuggly. Even though that's not technically their name in any of the games. Oh, we're also going to kill the ogres, actually. Let's do that before we go gambling. Why not? Bonk. These guys do not survive. That did not get him. Did not toxic him. That's interesting. There we go. The easiest way to kill these guys is to get them to follow you this way, because they can't fit through the tree roots. Can't believe these guys can two-shot you when you start the game. Okay, we missed both of those. Somehow missed that one. There we go. So I see very little souls. It's fine. Don't really need the souls they give. Going to sleep. You have a good night too, random doodles. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I hope to see you again in another stream. We're gonna go gambling now. Gonna see what we can get up here.
Give us food. Yes, you. Give us silky.
Nope. I didn't mean to do that. That's fine, we can get up with these. Twinkling Titanite, yippee. Fire Drake Stone. Cracked Blue Eye Orb. Lead Stone. Cracked Blue Eye Orb. Amber Herb. Old Mundane Stone. Soul of Proud Knight. Soul of the Lost Undead. Titanite Shard. Cracked Blue Eye Orb. Raw Stone. Titanite Shard. Life Gem. Divine Blessing. Twinkling Titanite. Twinkling Titanite. Raw Stone. Gold Stone. Do have a few more. Gee, we already did the petrified something. Guess we must have gotten a Twinkling Titanite or something from it. A Twinkling Titanite. Titanite Shard. Gold Stone. That's all for gambling for now. We're going to end up with way more of those items as we play through the game, though. But with that, I think 6 Twinkling Titanite. I don't think that's enough to finish out the Demon's Great Hammer. But it will be enough to upgrade it once or twice, anyway. And I think we're going to wrap up for the night. Okay, it's enough to upgrade it once. Which should... We'll need 3 more to upgrade it again. Which we'll be able to buy from her once we finish out Iron Keep. Might actually be able to pick up before that. And now, same base damage. We're scaling. Only does 5 less damage, though. Bonk. I'm sorry, did that take less stamina? No, it's the same amount of stamina. Alright. Page 428, 142. Just a few more Twinkling Titanite, we'll be able to max out the Demon's Great Hammer. Then we can use that instead. And we're gonna go ahead and kill the other ogre and things betwixt. Just to get the stone ring. Is it the one that boosts poise damage? I think. I think the giant ring boosts poise. And this one boosts poise damage. We're also going to kill the handmaids at some point. Not down there. Across here. Could kill the monkeys now. We're not going to, because we don't need to right now. Dude doesn't even notice we just poisoned him. We wait for him to die. You know what, we're gonna smack him once. Oh. Stone ring. It was the stone ring. Couldn't remember. But that is the one that boosts. Yes. Makes you do additional poise damage with attacks. Which I think. Equip that. Do 60. Still do 60, okay. It doesn't reflect in the stats of the gear then. Which is interesting.
We have made it.
The handmaid's ladle,
What this?
which, when equipped, what is... I thought this boosted your adaptability when you had it equipped. Interesting, okay. Thought it did something, maybe it doesn't. Nothing up here. This tutorial area is, and these are the arch trees. That's someone who's beaten the game. Oh, we want to buy a couple pieces of boss armor off of Melentia. I'm gonna go through and light all the sconces here. No real point to it, but I believe if we light all of them, we get invaded. Murder. There are a lot of sconces in this area. I think there's over 20. I mean, I think we've already lit like 8, give or take. It's probably closer to 30 in the full area of things betwixt. There's another one. There's another one. Should be another one in this area. Yep, it's right here. Double check this room to make sure there's not a second in here. Climb the ladder. There's another one. Squish him. Kill him. There's not one in here. Is there one in this room? No. Right. Then there's one here. There's one here. Fun fact, you can actually jump over this low wall, which is real helpful in Scholar, because this tree, the entrance down here, is blocked by a petrified hollow if you're playing Scholar. And so in Scholar, being able to hop over that ledge, is super helpful because you can skip needing a fragrant branch to get there. Here. No sconces. There's a sconce over here. Oh, didn't get that. Is there one in the pit? There isn't one in the pit. There isn't one above the pit. There is one just here. And finally, this one over here. That is all the sconces and things betwixt. Or at least should be. If I'm missing one, it's because I don't know where it is. Yep, nothing down here. We're not going to use the coffin. Not going to come back here. Head up top. Pretty sure that's all the sconces. So now we head toward Majula, I suppose. See if there's any in this hallway, which I don't think there are. Nope. Okay. So I don't feel like walking back to the bonfire. Gonna see if there are any sconces before the hut. Gonna light this. Go through the door. And doesn't look like there's any. Look like there's any around here either. Where? God, these things are fast. Got one. Now they'll come after us. Got all the gremlins. I think they have a rare drop they can do, but, well, we didn't get it. And so nothing back here. New Game Plus, I believe there's a couple of falconers around here, which is a little rude to wake up on the ground and immediately get attacked by dudes with bows and pet falcons that dive bomb you. But, you know, it is Dark Souls. It's quite fitting, actually. Oh, God, I wish I purchased Homeward. Well, I wouldn't have the faith to use it anyway. Not going to be much help. We have been saving our Homeward bones, though. God, I'd hate to run out before I get the feather. Well, I'm gonna double check what, let's see, we should have Lost Sinner armor, I think should be available. Or wait, she's not the one who sells boss armor. No. We killed Maulin already. Okay, we need like 3,000 souls to get him to come back for a minute. Only come back for the one interaction, so.
Oh, hello.
No. Oh, no. I never advanced his inventory, so I can't. Okay. I screwed myself with that. I can't get the Lost Sinner set from him. Okay. Bonk. Okay, why am I missing these? Shouldn't be that hard to hit these guys. Okay. Got him. It shouldn't be hard to kill those things. It really shouldn't. Oh! We do have a place we can buy our Medicus. That's good to know.
Well,
I'm gonna buy his ladders. Don't really need them, but I think he gives us something if we do.
well. A very reasonable offer. Just. Cheers for that.
And the only issue, I really want to use one of these to get the souls I need, but I know that some of them can be traded with Ornifex for something, and I don't know which can and which can't. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and grab the souls we need. It'll take like, I don't know, a minute. Just gotta kill a few of these guys. Doesn't take very long. Already spent like 3 hours killing them. Just in this run alone.
When they have 50 strength, they go down even easier. Obviously, they wouldn't be hitting me this hard, but I did use a bonfire ascetic on this area. So these guys hit about 3 times harder than they would otherwise. They also have about double, maybe 2.5 times the health. Not sure what the exact numbers on that are. We need 13,500 souls. Yeah. Hailstone. Alright. Gonna head over to this bonfire so we can get back quicker. Actually, you know what? While I'm over here, why don't I just go ahead and pick up the Homeward Miracle since I was complaining about it earlier? It's a good thing you didn't go for his quick attack. I've been killing a lot of NPCs left and right because I just don't care to keep them alive. If I hadn't been doing that, I could have bought some of the boss armor that I wanted. Sucks that this only revives them for like until you reset the area or whatever. Ugh. I'll be able to use it eventually, just not yet. I can come back to get some of these later if I want them. None of them are particularly great, though.
May the power offer your.
Poison resistance. Not using any of those. I shouldn't have upgraded that longbow. I got a free +7. Put these away. You. Leave those alone for now. These two, I think, were part of the fan-submitted designs. Which I want to say the Crimson Parma and the Golden Falcon Shield, and or the Phoenix Parma were also in the fan designs, which was really cool. That's, I think, a really cool thing to do for a development studio. I'm gonna put that away since we're not using it. Let's see. Put away one of those.
what's gonna get us the best soul gain in like a couple minutes? Let's come here and kill a few of these guys, because we can get about 10k souls in, I don't know, a minute. If we just squash. We don't even have to go for all 10 of them, we can just go for these first few. Oh, he toxicked him. That's interesting. I don't think I managed to do that before now. Yeah, we need 13k. We're gonna get more than enough from this. That one should be following quickly. Try to do a jumping attack. That's fine. Just I'm gonna stop by Madrold because I think he's selling something I want. That. Not that. If you pick up the ancient dragon's egg or whatever in Dragon Eyrie, you can sell it to him, I think. Okay. Oh, hello. Bravely, bravely running away. Sir Robin. I don't actually remember how that goes. I do not remember the tune to it. I do not remember any of the words. I just remember it is Sir Robin. He's bravely, bravely running away. Okay. Time to buy the last ladder from the man. We don't even need the ladders, we're just buying them because we can. And I think he gives you something if you buy all of them. Might be the ladder miniature, which we have already purchased from him. Oh, we only need 12,000. Ah, you do get his scimitar.
Cheers for that.
Could also, I think, spent like 7,000 fewer souls, because I'm pretty sure if you do that, he will also give you the ladder miniature. Oh, this thing doesn't have any scaling. That explains why its damage is so bad. Okay, this thing doesn't do nearly as much damage. Costs less stamina, though. Need 25 dex to use the Elan Greatbow. Sucks that that's the only greatbow I have access to. So put those away. I don't think we're going to use either of these, Especially not this one, actually. Okay. Doesn't do terrible damage. That's long. And fast for its size. Jeez.
You've well,
Don't have
listen,
anything new.
but no injury.
I think I do have to beat the old Iron King for her to set up a new inventory. That's fine. I think this is where we're going to call it for the stream. I will be back probably in a couple of days. I am heading to another city tomorrow, and I'm going to be there at least, you know, I'm leaving early in the morning, going to be there till, you know, at least through the night. I might be back day after, might not be back till the day after that, but, you know, I'll probably, I also may not stream on the day I get back, but my next stream should be, I guess, Sunday at the latest. Today is Wednesday. At the earliest, it'll be Friday evening. Since I'm heading up tomorrow, Thursday morning. This is dating this as you know, once I upload it as a VOD. That is dating when this is happening. I guess it's actually not Wednesday anymore. It is technically Thursday now for me. But yeah, I will be. This will probably get uploaded tomorrow morning, considering the average time for uploads. I'm gonna switch to some nice fashion real quick here. Okay, I take that back. That is not nice fashion. I still don't have the armor for that set. That's incredible. Just for that, we're turning into a clown. That's incredibly fitting, actually. I enjoy that. Anyway, this is where we're going to call it for today. I'll be back probably in a few days. So, well, have a great rest of your day or night, whatever time or place you're watching. And I hope to see you again in the future. Bye now.